I want to start today with a question. When your business feels stuck, when revenue plateaus, when growth slows, when you're working harder and moving slower, what do you tell yourself the problem is? Most founders I work with say something like, I need better marketing. I need a bigger audience. I need to get clearer on my messaging. I need to work on my mindset. And I want to offer you a different diagnosis today because, in almost every case, almost without exception, the problem is not your revenue strategy. The problem is your structure. Welcome back to the Manifest and Chill podcast. My name is Tracy Fatacek. I'm a serial entrepreneur, seven-figure tech founder, and business coach for women founders who are building something they can eventually walk away from. And today, we are starting something a little new. This is the first of a six-part series I've named the Exit Ready series. And over the next 6 weeks, I'm going to walk you through exactly what it takes to build a business that is scalable, systematized, and eventually exit ready. But we have to start here with the diagnosis because you cannot fix a structure problem with a revenue solution. The revenue plateau, well, it's a symptom, not the actual disease. When revenue plateaus, we immediately look at what we're selling and how we're selling it. But most of the time, the real question is, does your business structure support more revenue? If everything runs through you, every client, every decision, every delivery, then adding more revenue, it just adds more pressure. You don't have a revenue problem. You have a container problem. The container is too small and too fragile to hold more without collapsing. So, what does structure actually mean? I know you're asking me this question. Well, structure is not org charts and employee handbooks. For a founder at your stage, generally in the six-figure level, maybe crossing over into the $1 million mark, it means how does money flow through your business without requiring your direct daily involvement? How are decisions made when you're not in the room? How does your business hold its value if you step away for 30 days? Can you answer those three questions clearly? Most founders can't. And that is the structure problem. Now, my own story, I had a walkout that changed my life, and it changed the way I approached business. I spent almost 30 years building in the beauty industry. I started working behind the chair in Alaska when I lived there. I became a national educator for a billion-dollar global brand, training internationally, and then eventually building Bravado Salon and Pretty Convenient Extension Studio into one of Chicagoland area's top salons and studios. And then one day, I had a company-wide walkout. Every stylist gone. And in that moment, I had two choices. I could either rebuild what I had or rethink the entire model. I chose to rethink it. So that walkout became the moment I realized I had built a business that ran entirely on relationships and my personal presence. And the second those relationships were broken, there was nothing underneath. No system, no structure, no value that could survive without me in the room. So I pivoted. I launched the Pretty Convenient app, a beauty tech on-demand services a model that could scale beyond my physical location. And that business grew into a multi seven figure company. And when I eventually exited, I knew exactly what I'd done differently the second time around. I built the structure first. But there is 3 structural problems that will absolutely 100% guarantee kill your growth. First is founder dependency. Let's talk about it. The business cannot function without your daily presence. The second one, decision bottleneck. If everything requires your approval or judgment, then you're struggling, my friend. And the third, revenue fragility. Income is directly tied to your personal output. So when you stop, it stops. Every founder I work with has at least 2 of these 3 when they're sitting in the 6-figure range. And I can promise you, most of them have all 3. And none of them are solved by better marketing. Why does this matter for exit readiness? If you're saying to yourself, but Tracy, I have no plans of exiting my company. I have no plans of selling. I have no plans of changing. Like, I'm fine. I want to be in the business. I don't want to just work on it. I want to be in it. There is a love. That love, that passion you have for working in the business and knowing you are so fucking capable, that's what got you to 6 figures. So we're going to pause for a moment, take a breath, and honor that. But if you really want to get to the next level and not fatigue yourself and build an asset that allows you the freedom to pretty much come and go as you please, then we need to work on building an exit ready strategy. Because here's the thing about structure that a lot of business coaches don't talk about. A business with structural problems has no real value beyond you. So if you ever want to sell it, step back from it, license it, or hand it off, you need to have solved the structural problem first. That is what the next 6 episodes are about. Not how to make more money, how to build something worth making. So here's what I want you to sit with before next week's episodes. Not what do I need to sell more of, but what could happen to this business and your personal life if you stepped away for 30 days. If the honest answer to that question, what would happen to this business if you stepped away for 30 days? If that honest, drop the ego, get in deep, makes you uncomfortable, that discomfort, that's information, my friend. It's telling you exactly what needs to change. So in the next episode 2 in this series, I'm going to give you a concrete framework for diagnosing exactly where your structure is breaking down across 5 specific dimensions that determine whether your business is exit ready or exit impossible. I'll also be giving you a free tool you can use to score yourself right now. If you want to get ahead of the next episode, go take the Exit Ready Business Scorecard. I'll drop the link in the notes below. It takes 5 minutes, 5 questions, and it will tell you exactly which of the 5 structural dimensions is costing you the most. Until then, I love you all so much, and I'll see you next week. Go build something worth building. If you have found any value in this episode today, drop on over at Instagram. Send me a DM. Let's chat about it. Let me know what hit it for you. I would also be eternally grateful if you would be willing to leave a review below, as this will allow this episode and the Manifest and Chill podcast expand and be introduced on all the interwebs. Until next week and our next episode, I love you all so much. Have a beautiful